87 billion naira rail highway projects into 2026 budgets. I'll bring you details of this and other stories when I return on the business segment of the news. I am Olayemi Takuro. Stay with us.
And on sports news tonight, Mikel Arteta urges Arsenal to pile pressure on Manchester City in Premier League title race. There's some more coming your way on the sports segment of the news. I am Emmanuel Dasalu. Stay with us.
Today's accomplishments were yesterday's impossibilities. You can watch us live on Facebook at OGTV and Ogun State Television, YouTube at OGTV Abeokuta, and on OGTV website www.ogtv.com.ng/live. For the latest news and report, check us on these platforms: X at Ogun TV, Instagram at Ogun State Television, or download OGTV app on Apple and Google Play stores. The federal government has reaffirmed its commitment to deepening collaboration with the United Nations to accelerate the empowerment of women and youths across Nigeria, with a strong focus on financial inclusion, skills development, job creation, and security. The Vice President, Kashim Shettima, made this known while receiving a delegation from the UN led by its Assistant Secretary General on Youth Affairs, Felipe Polia, during a courtesy visit to the presidential villa Abuja. Shettima said the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu recognizes the critical role of young people in driving national growth and development, describing them as the engine of change that must not be reduced to mere statistics. He stressed that the government would leverage strategic partnerships with the UN and other development partners to implement targeted initiatives that empower women and youth as key drivers of the nation's future. Shettima said the youth are the backbone of every society's transformation, and on behalf of the president, he reaffirmed his administration's commitment to youth development. According to him, the Tinubu administration is determined to convert Nigeria's growing youth population into a demographic advantage, noting that deliberate investment in human capital would transform the anticipated population surge into demographic dividends. Shettima also reiterated President Tinubu's belief in gender equality and inclusive development, emphasizing that women and youth remain central to the renewed hope agenda of the administration. The federal government, in collaboration with the Lagos State government, is set to convene the first ever Abuja dialogue aimed at placing youth leadership at the center of national discourse. The dialogue, scheduled to be held on Monday, April 13, 2026, is in Abuja under the theme Scaling Excellence, Youth Leadership as Strategic Infrastructure for National Transformation, is a precursor to the Lagos Leadership Summit. The Deputy Chief of Staff to the President, Senator Ibrahim Hassan Hadejia, who disclosed this in Abuja during a news conference to announce arrangement for the event, noted that the dialogue's emphasis is on young Nigerians, not as a matter of rhetoric or aspiration, but as a strategic priority. Senator Hadejia said the Office of the Vice President recognizes that while building youth leadership at scale cannot be achieved through isolated effort, it requires deliberate collaboration with institutions that are committed to leadership development at different levels. Meanwhile, the Assistant Secretary General for Youth Affairs and ahead of the United Nations Youth Office, Felipe Polia, has praised the National Youth Service Corps as a key driver of youth development in Nigeria. According to a post obtained from NYC's Exandu, Polia made the remarks during the flag-off of the NYC Health Initiative for Rural Dwellers held in Kabusa Community, Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, during an official visit focused on engaging youth organizations and strengthening partnerships on development, peace, and human rights. He also highlighted the importance of initiatives such as the NYC Rural Health Outreach, noting that they contribute to improving access to healthcare and advancing global development goals. The Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, Brigadier General Olakunle Nafiu, said the health initiative for rural dwellers has provided free medical services to more than 5 million Nigerians since its launch in 2014. He added that the program is expected to reach about 45,000 people this year across rural communities, supported by 2 new mobile clinics donated by Nigeria's First Lady Senator Oluremi Tinubu. He also explained that the initiative helps reduce the financial burden of healthcare on vulnerable households while promoting healthier lifestyles. The NYC DG thanked partners, donors and core medical personnel for their continued support, describing their effort as selfless contributions to national development. And now to Ogun State. The Ogun State Governor Prince Dakpo Abiodun has disclosed that his administration would return all missionary schools back to their original owners. Governor Abiodun made this known when he received the Apostolic Nuncio to Nigeria, Most Reverend Michael Francis Crotty, accompanied by the Catholic Bishop of Ijebu-Ode, Most Reverend Francis Obafemi Adesina, Catholic Bishop of Abeokuta, Most Reverend Peter Adetoyinbo, and other Catholic officials who paid him a courtesy call in his office at Okimosa, Abeokuta. Governor's Office correspondent Yusuf Ganiyu report.
While attributing the success recorded by his administration to the support and prayers for religious leaders, Governor Abiodun congratulated the Papa Nuncio for his well-deserved appointment, saying his experience and background, coupled with his academic attainment, has prepared him for his chosen path. Abiodun also acknowledged the contributions of religious bodies in education and health sectors, said government could not do it alone, hence the need for private sector participation. He describes Ogun State as a religious tourism destination that plays host to all religious organizations and maintained that the Catholic Church, with a population of about 1.2 billion in the world, 34 million in Nigeria, and 1.2 million in the state, has impacted the nation and the state positively through education and health.
We need to join hands with the public and private, of which, of course, the church represents a large percentage of. So, not only will we return those schools and those hospitals back to the missions, but we will encourage a further partnership with the church in any chosen area that will allow us to cooperate and further collaborate together. In fact, our mantra in the Ogun State says, building our future together. Building, which means that we want to join hands with everyone to build the future of this great state together.
He notes the religious harmony in the state, where people of different religious inclinations coexist without problems, emphasizing that this has contributed to the economic development being enjoyed in the state.
We are a state of religious tolerance. All religions in the state live, worship together harmoniously. We are the economic hub of Nigeria. We are the education capital of Nigeria. We have more schools, primary, secondary, university, in this state more than any other state in Nigeria. So we are constantly incubating youth faster than any other state in Nigeria.
Speaking earlier, Most Reverend Crotty thanks the governor for actively pursuing and promoting religious harmony and freedom among adherents of different religions in the states.
So I'm in Ogun State to carry out a pastoral visit to the Catholic Diocese of Ijebu-Ode as the Apostolic Nuncio to Nigeria, that is, as a representative of Pope Leo XIV and the Ambassador of the Holy See to Nigeria. So a pastoral visit is an official apostolic journey to a segment of the Church for the purpose of strengthening the faith of the faithful and encouraging local mission and ministry and evaluating the pastoral life of the diocese.
He appreciated the governor for putting in place the process of returning schools to their original owners, expressing the hope that Catholic schools, especially those in the diocese of Ijebu-Ode and Abeokuta, would be returned. Yusuf Ganiyu, OGTV News.
Ogun State government has commended Nestle Nigerian PLC for investing hugely in youth development through its consistent and well-organized technical trainings. Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Abayomi Arigbabu, gave this commendation during the 2026 Nestle Technical Training Center graduation ceremony held at its premises along Shagamo Interchange in Ogun State. Professor Arigbabu said in a country where over 60% of the population are youth, the government could not provide jobs for all of them. There was need to empower them with necessary skills to enable them put food on their tables as well as become employers of labor. Commissioner for Education, I beg your pardon, stated that the initiative was in tandem with the Prince Dakwa Abiodun-led administration developmental agenda, especially in the technical and vocational education sector.
Youth have the right skills for them to do whatever job they will do.
Speaking earlier, the Managing Director, Nestle Nigeria PLC, Mr. Wasim Eluhensi, said since 2011, the program had equipped over 200 young Nigerians with the capacity, confidence and mindset needed to thrive in technical industries and beyond. Responding on behalf of other graduates, Samuel Oladokun appreciated Nestle for investing in their potentials, building their capacity and technical competencies, as well as cultivating in them mindset of excellence, saying the wealth of training transcends the certificate. Still ahead, NISCG orders probing to alleged extortion, border extortion. More news and report when we return. Please stay with us. You're welcome back. This is still the news at 8 on Ogun State Television. The federal government has called on Nigerian professionals trained in the former Soviet Union and Eastern Europe to contribute their expertise in resolving challenges in the aviation sector and advancing the country's technological growth. The call was made in Abuja at the Soyuznik Alumni National Congress, a gathering of Nigerian graduates from the USSR and Eastern Europe themed Engineering Nigeria's Future from Education to Industrial Power. In his keynote address, the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, said Nigeria could no longer afford to leave its pool of highly trained engineers and technical experts untapped. Represented by the Director of Research and Statistics in the Ministry, Ogtv Lambert, the minister told participants that the government's ambition to position Nigeria as an aviation hub in Africa would depend largely on skilled human capital rather than infrastructure alone. Lambert explained that the ministry was working to establish world-class maintenance, repair and overall facilities to reduce dependence on foreign countries for aircraft servicing, adding that local expertise could be central to achieving that goal. He also highlighted effort to modernize Nigeria's airspace through satellite-based navigation and digital ground operations, urging the alumni to move beyond nostalgia and apply their technical discipline to practical national solutions. Ogun State House of Assembly Committee on Works and Infrastructure has commended the State Governor, Prince Dakwa Abiodun, for the quality and magnitude of the ongoing road construction project across the state. This is just as the House Committee charged contractors executing the road project and the State Ministry of Works and Infrastructure to adhere strictly to the approved project specifications and the use of quality materials to prevent early deterioration of the roads being constructed. The chairman of the committee, Honorable Adegoke Adeyanju, gave the commendation while leading other lawmakers on an assessment tour of completed and ongoing road projects in Ogun East Senatorial District. The road project inspected by the House Committee included a completed 5.3-kilometer Ekwe-Elisha Road by Step Development Limited, the 12.3-kilometer Elisha Ilara Ikaka Oderemo Road by Steel S Construction Limited, and the 2.3-kilometer Ayepe Mayflower Road by Soba Construction Limited across Ikene and Remo North local government areas. The House Committee, during its visit to the 3.95-kilometer Oderemo Ishara Road in Remo North local government area handled by Steel S Construction Limited, said there was need for the contractor to improve on the quality of work, noting that it fell short of the approved scope, and called on the Ministry to strengthen its supervisory responsibilities. The committee also inspected the 5-kilometer Itaring Sabo Road in Ijebu-Ode constructed by Pika Road Construction Company and concluded the tour at the ongoing 3.04-kilometer Padi Arikawi Road in Shagamu local government area being handled by Slava Bogo Construction Limited. The Abeokuta South Local Government Chairman, Honorable Afiz Balogun, is stepping up effort to restore order and improve infrastructure at the ancient Kuta market. The move is part of measures to eliminate illegal structures, curb road trading, and complement the ongoing construction of the Kuto Isaleoja Bridge. Benga Adekwe report that the visit underscored a broader plan to modernize the market and ease traffic congestion in the area.
The leadership of Abeokuta South Local Government is on an inspection tour of Kuto Market aimed at transforming the facility into a more organized and modern trading environment. Led by the council chairman, Honorable Afiz Balogun, the team expresses concern over the indiscriminate display of goods on roads, poor sanitation practices, and improper waste disposal within the market. The chairman calls on traders and other stakeholders to desist from activities that obstruct movement and endanger public health.
They want change, but when the process of change comes, we're not always ready for it because of all the hassles and inconveniences that come with the whole process. And that's what we've come to explain to our stakeholders, that yes, we'll be demolishing existing areas to create an ultra-modern facility for them. But at the same time, we understand the painstaking that they will feel for, I guess, downtime when they won't be able to sell their wares. We're also creating a location for them to relocate temporarily while the construction process goes on. So it's a dual process we're doing. We're fixing the road and we're also redesigning the market to make it an ultra-modern location for shopping.
During the visit, the council engages market leaders in a meeting focused on strengthening collaboration, improving sanitation, and repositioning the market to meet modern standards. The inspection also extends to the ongoing construction of Nawaruddin Road, which links Kuto Isaleoja to adjoining communities, as well as the Isaleoja Bridge project designed to ease traffic flow around Kuto Garage.
Set to fix the bridge from Nawaruddin Data Center all the way to the Kuto market. So on the bridge, we have had retaining walls of about 2.4 meter high, and it's a double retaining wall, and you can see it's been fixed. And we have what we call water collector down the stream. And even the other stream side, we have a retaining wall that's also 2.4 meter high. And what we have started now is embankment. We're filling already with lacterite, which means we're going to fill all the way to this place. And by the time we're done with that, we continue the asphalt.
The Iyaloja of Kuto Market, Alaja Iswat Adeoye, welcomes the initiative, assuring the Council of Traders cooperation with the new directives.
Àti yọ sí garage adẹni dúdú náà wà ní fún bá wa ṣe. Ọ̀nà wà ń bẹ tẹ́lẹ̀ ọ̀nà wà ń bẹ tó já sí garage ó já sí àdé ọjà wọ́n ṣe bá wa sọ́dọ̀ ní ẹ̀pọ̀ máa ṣe.
Meanwhile, some shops are expected to give way for the road expansion project, which is aimed at reducing congestion along the busy Kuto-Ishabo corridor, with Nawaruddin Road serving as an alternative route.
The Controller General of the Nigerian Immigration Service, Mrs. Kemi Nandep, has temporarily relieved the commanding officers of the affected commands along the Lagos-Eme border corridor of their duties following an online report alleging extortion by personnel of the service. Nandep also ordered an immediate investigation into the incident. The service, in a statement, said Nandep unequivocally condemns the actions depicted in this report as such conduct is unacceptable and stands in direct violation of the core values, ethics, and operational standards of the service. The statement did not specify the number of officers suspended or identify the commands affected, but said the investigation was directed at identifying all officers involved to ensure appropriate disciplinary measures are applied with immediate effect. The Lagos-Eme corridor, which links Nigeria to the Republic of Benin at the Semeland border in Lagos State, is one of the busiest and most strategically significant entry and exit point in West Africa. The route handles heavy volumes of commercial goods, cross-border traders and travelers, and has long been a pressure point for complaints of harassment and extortion of border officials. There is a belief in some quarters that Yoruba culture and traditions are going into extinction due to adoption of Western world way of life, but some custodians of Yoruba traditions have called for the inclusion of Yoruba language in school curriculum for immediate revival, while encouraging youth to deliberately imbibe the culture of learning the language. Kim Argo completes the report.
Reviving Yoruba traditions and values includes promoting and preserving the language, cultural practices, and ethical principles of the Yoruba people. This includes emphasizing respect for elders, storytelling, and cultural practices like language learning and artistic expression. Efforts are underway to integrate these traditions into modern context, including education and technology, while also addressing potential erosion of values due to external influences. A traditional ruler in Egbaland, the Olu of Owode, Oba Kolawole Sowemimo, encouraging the use of Yoruba language, especially among younger generations, is crucial for maintaining cultural identity, as it includes speaking the language at home and incorporating it into educational settings.
We should sit those guys down, the young ones. Let us talk to them, let us advise them. They are the ones to promote our culture. They are the future of tomorrow. The way they dress is not encouraging. You understand? Some of them is half naked. We should show dignity. We should show respect to people.
Speaking with other Yoruba cultural advocates, they are of the opinion that Yoruba culture places a high value on respecting elders and ancestors, recognizing their wisdom and contribution to the community.
Every individual, whether you are Chinese, Nupe, which we call Igbira, Tapa, whatever your race, you must love your culture, you must promote your culture, because your culture is from God Almighty. Speak mother tongue to the children, if possible, from pregnancy, while crawling, toddler, youth. Speak undiluted mother tongue. Teach values of our culture in schools.
And when we say reviving, what are we reviving? We are believing that something has been forgotten. Something has been left undone. And we are trying to come back to the track. Then, is this way we are going to come back to the track? We have a lot of job at hand. We have to tell our people, our younger ones, how to dress decently. At least they should protect the name of their family. Okay, you have to protect the name of their family jealously. It goes a lot.
By actively promoting and preserving the Yoruba culture, traditions and values, the Yoruba community can ensure the continuity of their rich cultural heritage for future generations. Nkem Agu, OGTV News.
In order to secure a career of service, discipline and national pride, youth in Ogun State have been called upon to take advantage of the ongoing Nigerian Army 91 regular recruit intake exercise. The charge came during a courtesy and awareness visit to the Permanent Secretary in the Bureau of Cabinet and Special Services, Mr. Olaniwaju Saka, by a delegation from the Army Headquarters, Abuja. The delegation was led by Brigadier General O.P. Oyegoke, who said youths across the country had been offered a structural path to contribute to the national security architecture, and at the same time, the opportunity to choose a very noble career. According to him, the Nigerian Army remains a premier institution of character building and leadership, which does not just provide employment, but also offers specialized training to individuals to be at the forefront of defending the country's territorial integrity. He, however, expresses the need for Ogun State's youth to take part in the ongoing recruitment exercise. He added that it would be a premium advantage if youth in Ogun State make use of the available opportunity to fill up the slot allotted to each state of the Federation. In his remarks, Permanent Secretary in the Bureau, Mr. Olaniwaju Saka, said Ogun State has the most viable economy in Nigeria, which is why Prince Dakwa Abiodun has consciously invested in the security of investors and residents of the state. Reaffirming the commitment of the Prince Dakwa Abiodun-led administration in supporting youth in the state, Mr. Saka highlighted the engagement of not less than 4,000 youths in the state through the Teaching Experience Acquisition Channel, Ogun Teach digital training for use and provision of grant to support their agricultural businesses. As the Nigeria broadcast industry continues to grow big in its membership drive through the use of various digital platforms, the Society of Nigerian Broadcasters is also leveraging technology towards creating effective and seamless service delivery. It now has a digital portal that guarantees seamless operations for membership registration, to real-time access to news, to professional development resources, and direct communication at the Society Secretariat.
Is the intel. So our society is now being digitally driven. We want everything to be on the portal and to make it easily and what I can say seamlessly available to our members.
It's a pleasure that we are able to see the launch of this digital portal, which will make registration easier and easily accessible to all our members all over the country and probably beyond, because we have categories of membership.
The unveiling of the digital portal underscores renewed commitment of the society to excellence in broadcasting and maintaining close ties with similar organizations globally. The Deputy Speaker of the Ogun State House of Assembly, Honorable Bolanle Latifat Ajayi, has convened a strategic stakeholders meeting of the All Progressives Congress APC in Yewa South local government, describing it as a platform for feedback from constituents and an avenue to clarify misconceptions surrounding her 2027 ambition. Honorable Ajayi appreciated the Ogun State Governor, Prince Dakwa Abiodun, party leaders, elders, and constituents for the opportunity to serve, assuring them of improved performance if given another mandate. Kola Leoshof's report that the meeting held at the constituency office of the Deputy Speaker in Ilaro attracted party executives, leaders, and members across the local government. Details of the report are presented in this package.
In a bid to strengthen ties with our constituents and provide an account of our stewardship, the Deputy Speaker and member representing Yewa South State Constituency, Honorable Bolanle Latifat Ajayi, convened stakeholders in the local government. At the meeting, she outlines key achievements, particularly in infrastructural development, highlighting projects executed to improve the living standards of the people.
I've been giving back dividends of democracy to my people. I built 20 open stores in the Sayedero market in Elaro here. while I built another one in Neredo along Gowode Road, and went ahead and built a block of 2 classrooms with office and store at Ipaja, Idogo. I did solar lights, like 200 poles, which I distributed to my people.
She also speaks on efforts to create job opportunities for the teeming youth, encouraging them to remain engaged and to reach out whenever the need arises.
I've facilitated jobs for my people, like Amotekun, teaching, and hopefully I am still hoping to do more. Aside that, I've given them empowerment for women, for widows, and the needy.
Honorable Ajayi further briefed stakeholders on recent legislative activities and ongoing efforts to attract social intervention programs and more developmental projects to the constituency. She assures the people of a better future while expressing appreciation to Governor Dapo Abiodun, party leaders, elders, and APC members for their continued support.
I want to appeal to the leaders and the elders that whenever we come to them, they should always support us with their elderly advice. Because going to the house, you go there to learn for the first time. Second time, you begin to learn again until you go like third time, where you've known where to step, where to go, and what to do.
The Deputy Speaker urges party members to set aside personal differences and work towards the collective goal of delivering dividends of democracy. Responding, APC leaders and stakeholders commend our proactive leadership and sustained engagement with constituents, noting that the meeting has renewed their confidence and provided clarity ahead of 2027.
We are going to appeal to people at the Bekowajo to please give us that chance again. What we need at the Legislative House is experience. So she has acquired that experience. We want that experience to, further ahead.
As a ranking officer in the State Assembly, she did well and is experienced a politician. That is why I support her for 2027.
They, however, advised her to remain focused and not to be distracted.
The Yewa People Development Council, a pan-social cultural development organization and the umbrella body for all groups and associations in Yewa axis of Ogun State, under the auspices of the Yewa Traditional Council, has concluded the arrangement to honor a prominent Nigerian citizen who is an indigene of Yewa land, IGP Olukayode Egbetokun, who retired recently as the Inspector General of the Nigerian Police after many years of meritorious service to the country. In a statement issued by the chairman of the Yewa People's Development Council, Professor Rahman Bello, the civic reception is a token of appreciation of the people of Yewa land to an illustrious son who was the 22nd indigenous Inspector General of Police and the first one to be appointed in Ogun State. The statement further reveals that His Royal Majesty Oba Dr. Kehinde Olugbende MFR, the Olu Ilaro and the paramount ruler of Yewa land, will lead the Yewa Traditional Council to appreciate IGP Egbetokun and his wife at the occasion. The event, according to the statement, will be held on Saturday, 11th April 2026 at Yewa Frontier Hotel, Ilaro. Among the dignitaries expected to grace the occasion include the Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun CON, the new Inspector General of Police Olatunji Riwan Diso, top military and police officers, captains of industry, and the top traditional rulers from across the country, among others. Kayode Egbetokun, having served the nation in various capacities, became IGP on the 20th of June 2023 and voluntarily retired February 2026. Davies Ofo, popularly known as Clarice in the legendary Nigerian sitcom The New Masquerade, was a cornerstone of West African television during the 1980s. 4:30, Clarice served was rooted in his impeccable comedic timing and his ability to hold his own alongside giants like James Iroha and Chika Opala. making him a household name across Nigeria and beyond. The veteran actor Davis Ofo is dead, and Glimpses this week dedicates this week to him.